Was Abraham Lincoln a president?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was just a whatever publical figure.
Welcome back to Delulu Diaries, where the timelines don't match, but the receipts always do. I want to give a quick thank you to everybody who watched my video yesterday, going on a little mini rant about Amberlynn's eating of processed food and sodium-filled foods. I know that some of you were here for it and some of you were not, but at the end of the day, it was something I wanted to get off my chest, and so I appreciate those of you who took the time to listen to me just complain. Hopefully today will be a little bit more like our regularly scheduled programming. If you did miss my rant video, I will tell you ahead of time that I have already seen her day 8 of eating, so this is going to be like me reacting to it, but I already know what's coming. And then I have not seen day 9 at all, so that'll be 100% fresh with you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into day 8.
This is everything I ate today in a calorie deficit. First things first is breakfast. So I have 1 green apple for 97 calories. I have an organic white cheddar jalapeno chicken burger, which is 190 calories. 1 egg for 70 calories and some salsa on top for 10 calories. So that means my breakfast is full of protein, which is what keeps me full, baby girl, and only 367 calories.
So I think her breakfast is fine. For me personally, I feel like the egg is a little bit weird to add on. I was originally going to say that I would add like a piece of pepper jack cheese, but then she says there's already cheese mixed into the chicken patty, but it just doesn't feel very breakfasty to me, so I don't know why we're including the egg other than to get the extra protein. I still feel like I would probably prefer to have a slice of cheese. Like even if I had like a sharp cheddar to go with the apple or something, although she eats Granny Smith apples, which are a little too tart and bitter for me. I usually would have like a salty cheese with a sweet apple, but like I've said before, it's her taste buds. So if she likes this, that's fine. I'm not mad at like the macros and calories of what she's got going on here. What does bother me is the way she eats. Like I hate that we're back to like the ASMR style, taking a bite out of each chunk of apple and we have to listen to that. And then the way that she takes the bites of the burger patty, it's like she takes much larger bites than what I would do. But again, it's Amber. That's what we expect. I am going to cut all of the audio out on the chewing portions for you guys, but just know that it is very like intense. It's like ASMR style is what I would call it, I guess.
Okay, you guys, so it is time for lunch. I have some lettuce for 15 calories, 2 servings of lean ground beef for 280 calories, also some salsa for 50 calories. I have 2 servings of red potatoes I just cut up and put in the air fryer, which is 180 calories, and then a serving of cottage cheese for 110 calories. So in total, it's 615 calories. Very voluminous. What is the right way to say that? I don't even know. Who knows?
I don't really have any big issues with lunch apart from the fact that, like I said in my day 7 video, I believe that she is kind of soft launching quitting the diet. I know that she continues for at least 2 weeks based on what she says on TikTok, but she says that this is 1 serving of cottage cheese, and that is clearly at least a cup of cottage cheese. I did look it up because I'm not a regular consumer of cottage cheese, and the internet says that a standard cottage cheese serving is half of a cup, so she's just being egregious with this. I did see somebody say that the portion of cottage cheese is like the same size as her head, and aesthetically, yes, that is crazy. Even when I saw it the first time, because I think you guys know by now that I'm not a dairy person. I really don't like eating a lot of dairy and meat. And when I saw this, I was like, what the heck is that? Like, it is so much. So this is where I feel like we're starting to see the decline of her diet. First of all, she says that she is still under 2,000 calories in the description, but she clocks this day at 1,996. So she's under her 2,000 calorie limit by 4 calories. And I don't inherently have an issue with that, but I did say on day 7 that I think she cut it at like 1,400 or something like that. And I said, that's not a good idea because she's going to go turn around and add those calories in the next day. And clearly she did. Plus, we know that she's not counting correctly because that is not a single serving of cottage cheese. Definitely not. It's at least 2 servings, and I'm probably being a little bit generous on even that with her. because I can't really tell like how much cheese is sitting on top of the beef. Also, I've seen in the last couple of TikToks, I really believe that she is back to watching reaction channels and kind of basing her content around that, because she goes into this whole voluminous, like, I don't know how to say it thing. And so she like obviously sees that people are commenting on that. And rather than just say like, oh, you guys said that I'm saying it wrong and I think it's said like this or whatever, she's like trying to catch herself in the moment. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. It's just like these little things usually are the first sign that she's going to stop the diet. So like when we see that she's not accurately tracking calories so much, like she's decided she can just eyeball it, that's usually a sign that she's going to stop her diet. When she starts paying more attention to what's going on in reaction channels and incorporating what they're saying into what she's doing, that is usually a sign that she's leaning more towards rage baiting rather than actually trying to diet. So I do think that this is the beginning of the end for the diet, but let's go ahead and see what she has for dinner.
Hello, hello. It is dinner time. My dinner's kind of like snack style tonight. That's okay. It's a girl dinner, okay? So we have a clementine for 45 calories. I have 2 servings of sea salt popcorners for only 160 calories. And then I made chicken salad. So for the chicken, it's 120 calories. And then for the ingredients that I put in here, it came up to 270. So in total, my dinner is 594 calories. Listen, something I need to put you on, which I will show you guys my recipe for my chicken salad. In my opinion, I make the best chicken salad I've ever had in my whole entire life. Oh, like it's genuinely so good. And you need to put some of it on a popcorner. And then, pickle. Best thing I ever ate. And then sweetness from the clementine.
Speaking of her doing things based off of commentary and reaction channels, we're back to eating the mandarin orange like an apple, which it really, I don't like that she does that. It really does bother me because it's just like, why not segment it? I'm sure she's doing it exactly to get the reaction that I'm giving her right now, which is like extra attention for the fact that she's doing that. But I don't know. It's just like beyond realism to me. And so I don't like that. I want to watch authentic content, which I know Amber's not like the person to go to for authentic content, but I'm just saying I wish that she would at least try to have it not always be about what other people are saying about her or about how she can like trigger people. I know this is not how she eats a mandarin orange because on days 1 through 3, she did segment them normally. She didn't bite into them like this. And then as soon as she bit into it like that one time and everybody was making comments about it, all of a sudden, every time she has one, she does the apple bite. That aside, I do think that the rest of her dinner looks pretty good. She does go out of her way to say that this is a homemade recipe, and I did have some of you guys in my comments say that not only is it Costco chicken salad, but that Always Yamir has done some like research into that to prove that it is a Costco chicken salad. I was kind of like on the fence about it. I thought that maybe she might have still been making her own chicken salad because she mentioned using a recipe, but then somebody was like, think about when you've seen her dice food. She can't dice food properly. And I was like, yeah, okay, now I'm definitely on board with the Costco chicken salad because she can't dice things small. Like she always says she chops up onions really big because of Beck wanting to be able to pick them out of the chili or whatever, but I have never seen her finely dice anything, so yeah, I'm definitely going to say that I think that this is Costco chicken salad. I don't really mind the overall dinner besides those couple of points or whatever. It looks good. I've said that before. I love having like a chicken or a tuna salad with some crackers. So I don't want to give her too much hate on that. It is like a fairly healthy dinner option, I guess. Like, yeah, the chips aren't the best, but she could easily have just one bag of pop chips with the same amount of chicken salad and probably be fine. Because, like, I don't think you have to put chicken and tuna salad on anything. I think it tastes good on its own. So, and I'm sorry if I sound kind of like low energy today, by the way. I am having such a hard time breathing. The baby is getting so big. So, My apologies for that. I promise I am like zoned in and I'm not bored. It's very difficult to talk at this stage. So, but yeah, let's continue.
All right, you guys, it is my snack time. I have half a serving of naan for 70 calories. I have a serving of carrots for 30. I have rotisserie chicken lunch meat, a serving of that for 50. A serving of dill pickle hummus, which I'm excited to try, for 60 calories. And a serving of Justin's honey peanut butter for 210 calories. So that means my snack in total is 420. So that means I end my day with 1,996 calories.
So for the snack, I really don't have very much to say. This all seems like it could be accurate. Like the serving sizes seem correct to me. The only thing I'm a little bit like, what the heck about is the hummus. Like obviously she's going to have the peanut butter with the carrots and then the hummus and chicken with the naan bread, or she might just have the chicken by itself and have the hummus with the naan bread. So like, why not put the hummus directly onto the bread? Again, it's not like a huge deal, but just to me, it's like, I don't know, like you don't have to dip it. If you know that you're having 2 pieces of bread and an exact weighed out portion of hummus, why not put the hummus directly on the bread and then you don't have to worry about like dipping it or whatever. I guess you might like the experience of it, but to me it's like if you're gonna dip, you'd have like a bunch of pieces of naan or pita bread or whatever and then like a big bowl of hummus. Like this just feels weird to me, but in terms of like the actual what's on her plate, I think that the calories seems like it makes sense for the portion sizes that she's showing and that it's not that bad of a snack. I probably, if I had a snacky dinner, would have a more like substantial snack afterwards. Like I wouldn't make a snack plate for dinner and then have a snack plate afterwards. But that's probably just me. I just feel like once you get into the routine or mind space of like everything is like a little snack plate, then it gets a lot easier to make bad choices in my opinion, but we'll see what she has for day 9.
Hey guys, so this is what I ate today in a calorie deficit. Okay, so for breakfast I made like a scrambled egg type of deal. So there's 3 eggs for 210 calories, a serving of cottage cheese for 110 calories. Don't knock it till you try it. Adds more protein, gives it a cheesy effect, more voluminous, more protein. Did I already say that? I also added a serving of salsa for 10 calories, a serving of rotisserie chicken for 50 calories. So it comes out to 380 calories for this. And I also added some Tabasco on top. Oh my god, this is so good. I usually use Tapatio, but the store didn't have any, so I was like, Tabasco was like the first thing I could think of, and so I got that.
Man, I don't know if she's going out today or what, but she like sped through her breakfast so fast. I don't really have much to say about it. It's basically the same breakfast that she's been having, except for she didn't have the little piece of fruit with it. She just had the eggs, so that was interesting. And then she like quick cut into lunch. I haven't seen what she's gonna have for lunch yet, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what is going on, but she edited this like real quick, like she's trying to fit a lot into a little TikTok. So I'm curious to see what the day
okay, it is lunchtime. So I made a wrap and I actually did so good. Like, look how delicious that looks. Like, oh my god, I know she's gonna be good. So what I have in here: Laughing Cow cheese, rotisserie chicken lunch meat, pickled onions that taste magnificent, smallest bit of mustard, lettuce, pepper, and a drizzle, just a drizzle of Italian dressing. And then here I have half a serving of frozen wild blueberries, and then 2 pickles and 2 little green olives stuffed with garlic. 30 calories for these 2 guys, might I add. I can't remember my remembrance. I don't think I've ever like cared about a calorie on an olive until now because I'm taking this so seriously. I could easily eat like 10 of these without realizing like the calories that I'm eating because it's just an olive, but like everything has calories, baby girl. Anyways, this whole meal came out to 479 calories. I'm so excited to try this wrap. I feel like, you know, all the ingredients sound good. Took me forever to make because I'm like measuring everything. All right, here we go. What? Oh my god. It is so fresh. It's refreshing. Instead of ordering like a huge sub, get something that's not gonna like weigh you down and just like make it at home. Like, girl, I want to yell at like my 21-year-old self and be like, just start now, baby girl. Blueberries. Oh, when you're not eating a ton of junk and sweets, fruit tastes like candy. I was in the middle of chowing down and I realized I forgot to tell you guys, this wrap is just like a spinach wrap. And that is where like most of the calories come from. Out of the 479, it's 220 calories. So half of the calories came from just the wrap. Totally worth it though.
All right, I did not care for the lunch at all. The wrap looks good to the point where I actually was like looking at the end to see if it was correctly rolled, because I was like, did she buy the wrap at a store and is trying to pass it off as something she made? But no, it looks like something she genuinely made. I did see people in the comments talking about how it looks dry, and I will say, like, I guess it doesn't look like it has the most sauce or anything, but I don't really mind that. Like, I don't mind having a wrap that doesn't have like a lot of sauces and stuff on there. If you have like she says she has pickled onions, so you're gonna get some moisture from that. If you have tomatoes, you get moisture from that. So I don't know. I thought it looked good. I do think that her reactions to eating it, as well as the blueberries, was over the top. And I don't know what it was about the way that she ate the blueberries, but it really gave me the ick. Like, I don't know. I did not care for the way she ate it and the noises that she made afterwards. I know a lot of people are still speculating that she is making content for Emily or Emily's community, and I go back and forth on that because it's not exactly the foods that you would be eating for that community, but at the same time, the facial expressions and the way that she makes noise could be. But also, I think Amber just gets that kind of enjoyment out of food. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be careful for YouTube, but I think that while she might play it up a little bit to make it seem like she's a good chef, I do think that genuinely it does not take much to set off the like serotonin receptors in her brain when it comes to food. Apart from that, I think that the meal itself was fine. I don't like the fact that she is also still continuing to give out weight loss advice, especially when she says things like, oh my gosh, like I am kicking my 20-year-old self, like start sooner. Girl, you started a week ago. Like this is day 8, day 9. And so it's like, okay, you're 9 days into a diet and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm kicking my younger self. Yourself 2 weeks ago? Is that what you're talking about? I know she's not because she says herself in her 20s, but I'm like, you haven't done anything yet. Like, I don't know. And again, if it was anybody but Amber, like if I was talking to somebody in my personal life, of course I would be encouraging and I would let this kind of commentary slide. But Amber knows she has a history online of publicly starting and failing diets. And then she wants to start giving advice like, oh, once you start eating healthy food all the time, it's going to taste like candy when you have fruit. And, oh, you know, just making simple swaps, like having a wrap instead of a sub, like that's good. And then also, this is just like a slight mini tangent, but the way that people say, oh, I'm having a spinach wrap, like it's that much healthier. Pop off if you like it. I personally do like spinach wraps and I will get spinach wraps, but you have to understand there is not a substantial amount of spinach in there, and some spinach wraps don't even have spinach in there. It is literally just food coloring. So like, yeah, if you aesthetically like the way that it looks or whatever, that's fine. Or they do have a very, very slightly different flavor. But if you're like thinking that you're eating the equivalent of a bowl of spinach by having a spinach wrap, that's not really how it works. And I think most people know that, but Amber strikes me as the kind of person, especially with how she said it there, that like, oh, this is just a spinach wrap. Like, but it's not really, it's basically the same as having a plain white tortilla. Like, being so for real, unless you're getting like a boutique specialty brand. But I'm pretty sure Amber just shops at Walmart, and I know that all of Walmart's spinach wrap brands, at least in my area, are not the best. So just throwing that out there. But let's go ahead and see what she's got for dinner.
So it is time for dinner. This is 615 calories. I have a ton of lettuce because it adds that volume, fills me up. 2 servings of red potatoes that I just cooked in the air fryer. 2 servings of lean beef. And then I added salsa, and there is almost a serving of cottage cheese.
So once again on the cottage cheese, I don't think she's weighing that out. I think she's eyeballing the cottage cheese. I'm not sure on the beef. It's really hard to tell because she mixes the salsa into the beef. So it's hard to tell once everything is kind of the same texture and color, how much beef is actually on the plate. But the cottage cheese, that's almost one serving. I don't buy that. I don't think that's correct. That looks like a way different amount that we just saw yesterday that she did call a serving. I don't know. The math is not mathing on this one for me personally. But let's go ahead and move on to the snack because we have talked about this particular meal and like I think she's had it every single day since she started her diet, to be honest. And I'm just tired of it. Like, girl, I get it. I also tend to eat a little bit similar every single day, but like I'm not out here sharing it like it's content. So let's see what the snack is.
This is time for my snack. I have 3 mini naan, clementine, serving of carrots, and a serving of Justin's honey peanut butter. It is so freaking good, and my snack is 390 calories.
Once again, we are not measuring because in her last video, she said that she had a serving of peanut butter, which a serving is typically 2 tablespoons. And to me, in her day 8 video or whatever, it looked closer to like 1 tablespoon to me personally. But I was like, well, whatever. If she busted out the spoon, I'm not going to guess because her plates are a weird size and it's like hard for me. It's not something that I'm very good at. Let's put it that way. Like I still measure my shit out because I don't trust my eyes except for with things that I eat like super, super, super regularly. And even then, I still like bust out the scale to like spot check myself every once in a while. But this is easily twice, if not more than twice, the amount that she had on yesterday's plate. And she called yesterday a serving of peanut butter and today a serving of peanut butter. Also, I'm a little confused on the like, what are we doing with the naan bread? Are we having peanut butter with naan bread? I don't feel like that would be good, but maybe that's just me. Like I know peanut sauce is a thing in some Asian cuisines, so maybe that's a common way to have it, but I would not eat naan bread with peanut butter. So I don't know if she's having the peanut butter with the carrots or if she's like putting the peanut butter on the bread, if she's having the bread just dry. I'm not mad at the things that she has put on her plate, but I am confused by her intention with how she's going to eat them. And unlike all of her other meals, we are not going to get a little taste test of this one. So I guess the mystery will just have to remain. All right, we're doing actually pretty good. I think that we're probably around the 20-minute mark right now, but I feel like I'm going to try to add in 1 extra day just to see what she does because I feel like this is like the start of the end of her diet. So I'm curious to see what happens on day 10. So let's watch that one real quick and then I'll let you guys back out into the wild.
Here is everything that I am eating today in a calorie deficit. So I made like a scrambled egg type of deal for breakfast. There's a serving of salsa, there's 3 eggs, half a serving of cottage cheese, and then I cut up a serving of these chili verde chicken meatballs and cook them in there as well. So my breakfast is 425 calories. All right, you guys, for lunch, I have half a serving of wild blueberries, 2 mini pickles, 2 green olives stuffed with garlic, and then I made a wrap. This wrap is so good. So we have a serving of rotisserie chicken, 2 Laughing Cow cheeses, a drizzle of Italian dressing, a little bit of mustard, lettuce, and what really tops it off, pickled onions. And then this is just a spinach wrap. So my lunch is 479 calories.
Okay, so breakfast and lunch are both exactly the same as the previous day, so I don't really have much to say. I am curious if she's weighing out the blueberries or using like a cup measuring because I feel like that is a lot of blueberries, but I also know that a serving of any kind of fruit is usually 1 cup, so it's like on the border of believable to me. I still think the wrap looks good. You know, if you disagree, whatever. I think it looks good. It's something that I would enjoy. I still think that the breakfast, you know, is the same thing that we've seen her eat a million times before. I think that she does not have an egg allergy. I think that she is just like sensitive to how many eggs she eats. So at this point, like whatever. If she's gonna have eggs every day for breakfast, I'm gonna let that slide. So that was breakfast and lunch. Let's see what she has for dinner and potentially her snack if she zooms through this.
All right, you guys, it is dinner time. I cooked some chicken, shredded it, cooked some broccoli, and once the broccoli was cooked, I cut it up into these tiny, tiny pieces. I made a serving of rice with some cheese, and I kind of just like put it all together for some like chicken, broccoli, cheesy rice. So this bowl is 540 calories.
Okay, I gotta stop at dinner because after seeing you guys say that you were speculating that she says that she makes stuff and she's not making it, that it's just from like Costco or basically some other kind of ready meal. This, first of all, I will say it does look bomb. I would eat the hell out of this. It looks so good. But it does not look to me how Amber would cook it. Because we know that Amber cooks the chicken until it is like so dry. I don't think it would shred like this. If she cooked it super, super dry, I don't think it would shred into these fine little pieces without a significant amount of effort. And I don't think she'd be willing to do that. Same with the broccoli. I don't know that she would take the time to like finely chop broccoli. I suspect that this is like, if I give her the biggest benefit of the doubt, that this is a rotisserie chicken that she did shred herself in order to put into this, but I would suspect more closely that it's probably like a box meal or something that you can pick up at like the deli section of the grocery store. I don't think she made this. I'm not buying that. You guys let me know what you think though. Maybe I'm being a little bit critical of her cooking abilities, but I just don't think that with how dry she makes her chicken that it would shred like this.
It is snack time, snack attack, but I have the calories. I'm feeling a little snacky. I like to have a snack at the end of the night. So I'm trying to make healthier options. Y'all wouldn't believe what I used to choose. So we have a serving of Justin's honey peanut butter, clementine, 2 naan bread, which is half of a serving. And then I have a bag of white cheddar popcorners and a bag of the kettle corn. So the calories for my snack came out to 496. I am ending the day with 1,940 calories.
So she is eating the peanut butter with the bread. That feels weird to me. I don't know about that. Let me know if that's like common and maybe I'm just like missing out because I do that sometimes. I think stuff sounds weird and then like I realize that it's like super popular. Like it took me forever to try a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't think I had one until I was like 14 or 15 because the combination sounded really weird to me. But obviously that's like a super common food in the States. So I don't know. I could be being weird about the peanut butter and naan. I just feel like I don't like that. I don't like it. I'm kind of disappointed to see the pop chips are back. I get it that that's something that she probably buys in bulk and she likes it and like whatever. Like I have snacks like that are not the best for me, but I like to have like one a day because I just like them. I do cycle between what those snacks are so that I'm not having like a ton of bad choices all the time. But I'm just saying like I can relate to what she's doing. I just am like, I wish that she would give it a rest on the pop chips just from like the fact that it's like it is kind of content, which somebody brought this up in my video from yesterday and I thought this was such a good point. Amber making food content is probably the worst thing she could do for a health journey because just like how I'm talking about it right now in terms of content, like that it's boring that she's having the same things over and over again. That's not good because if she's having the same things over and over again and it was working on her, which I'm very skeptical about, then it's like, okay, well, if it's working and then you're getting comments about people being like, oh, it's not exciting enough, and then you switch it up to something that is more exciting but more difficult, she might be more willing to like quit, if that makes sense. So I do agree with that person that she should be doing literally anything else for content. And I know there's going to be people who are like, well, she never leaves her house. What could she even do for other content besides what she eats? And it's like she could, if she wanted to. We know Amber will stir the shit for no reason at all, let alone with her career in this much of decline. If she wanted to, she could start some shit with Zio. She could start some shit with Emily. She could come on here and like, you know, really be dramatic about anything. Also, she was on the LCU and she never talks about it. Like she could talk about being on the LCU, talk about being behind the scenes and stuff like that. I don't think she will, because I still strongly suspect that she's going to be going onto the LCU, because I know Keemstar would just like love to have Amber and Zio on at the same time. But that's even another good reason for her to start talking shit on Zio and stirring up some drama, because then that would be better for Keem if she does go to the LCU, which is not confirmed. That's just my suspicion of what's going to happen. But I'm just saying that there is stuff she could talk about besides her diet. So I don't think that this is like the best thing for her to be filming, even though I will say I have been enjoying the what I eat in a days. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it has been nice. Like, after so long of Amber being involved in serious drama or crashing out and this, that, and the other, it is nice to just have the old school what I eat in a day videos from her. I think that's kind of like a little bit comforting to have a happy period of time before we get right back into like the drama that I know is inevitably coming at some point. So, you know, take that for what you will. That's kind of my thoughts on the whole situation. But regardless, so that was day 8, 9, and 10 of what I eat in a day. And I think that she is starting to slip a bit. So I'm going to be paying attention to that. I might have to start like trying to estimate and calculate her calories on my own, even though I don't like doing that, just because, especially with the cottage cheese and the peanut butter, you can really see that it's not even close to consistent, but she will call it the same amount. Like, there's no way that her day 8 portion of the peanut butter matches the day 11 portion of the peanut butter, but yet she says both of them is 1 serving. So I'm skeptical of her calorie counting ability, whether that be her purposefully trying to get more calories in and not share that, whether that be her trying to rage bait the audience because we have eyes and we can see what's going on, or whether that be her genuinely thinking that she's been at this for a while, because especially with the way she gives advice, like, she really thinks that she's hot shit with this diet. She might think that she's been doing it long enough that she can just eyeball it, and so I don't know what her reasoning for it is. I just know that there's no way that these amounts and serving sizes are consistent across the 3 days of meals that we've seen. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. I already know I've recorded for longer than I intended to, but I really wanted to get through 3 days of eating. So if you guys made it this far, you already know. Stay Delulu, but not that Delulu. And I'll catch you in the next one.